Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Joy in the Waiting. I'm Natalie Super, and this is TJ. I don't know if he's asleep. He's asleep. You sleep? Harlem gotta be great. Now, he's never done that before, and Harlem want to knock stuff down. I'm sorry. Excuse us. We have a dog named Harlem who he just gotta be great.
What is he doing?
I don't. Why? You know what? I ain't gonna give you the satisfaction. Anyway.
Oh man, yes. My name is Tony Super. I was just allowing my wife to introduce us. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to interrupt. I was trying to let her, finish her introduction.
Okay. So what we're gonna be talking about this episode is about our experience after the last episode. We talked about the experience that we had at the clinic after we gave them another chance, after we had a really bad experience with the testing, right? Mm-hmm. So everything was going smoothly after that. We talked to them, had a good experience. Now, throughout this whole process, I have kind of a A-type personality, so I really, 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 really like to know things before they happen. I like to have all the details. So the whole time, of course, I don't know. You don't know what you don't know. We're new to this process, to the IVF process. So I asked them over and over again, how much will it be? And they said, oh, we're going to bill your insurance. I said, but yeah, can I have a ballpark? Oh, we'll give it to you later. Kept asking them that over and over again. So then it got to the point where they have education injections, right? So they teach you how to do the injections. So you have to come in for that appointment. So me and TJ, I took off work, we go over there. We're excited to learn how to do the injections and all that. Wasn't supposed to take long. So when we got there, the nurse who taught us how to do the injection, she was like, before we start, did y'all pay y'all lab fees? Lab fees? I was like, no. I said, but remember I asked you how much everything's gonna cost. She's like, oh, I think I forgot. She's like, but you kind of want to pay those, before we order medication. I was like, okay. I was like, well, can we get started? So then she just kept, I felt like going around and around about the fact that she really wanted those labs. She's like, well, the lab fee is right behind our office and all that. I was like, TJ, can you please just go pay the lab fees? In my mind, $300, maybe $500. It's a little stretch. Might have to eat peanut butter and jelly for a while, but we go ahead and pay that and get it out of the way. In my head, because when somebody says lab, what I was thinking was labs that they take out of your arms or something, right? We don't know, right? Yeah. So TJ said, I'll just go walk back there and pay it real quick, while the nurse gets started. She's like, okay, because, we really need to get that taken care of. And I'm slightly irritated that she's saying it like this, like, I'm not, like, we're not paying our bills. Like, I asked you how much it costs, but I didn't say that to her. I'm trying to be calm, because this is kind of a stressful, tense time. So I'm like, maybe she forgot, it's fine. So TJ texts me the price, right? So when he texts me the price, I'm like, hey, baby, you need to ask them again because that had to be a social security number. Maybe they was trying to give you a phone number and they forgot because that can't be the price.
I thought it was a decimal between them those numbers.
So the price that they quoted us was $8,900. Now don't get me, that's a lot of money. I don't know about I ain't in nobody else's pockets. I don't know if that's a lot of money for you guys, but that's a lot of money for us. And she wanted it either today or the next day. I know the infertility and I know IVF, which is what the process we're going through. I know that that's expensive, but my irritation came from I asked you ahead of time, and I've already been on medication to prepare me to this point. Right. You know what I mean? I've took off work. I've planned the rest of my month out based on what you guys told me that was going to happen today, and I've been asking you how much money it costs. So why are you telling me just now we're at this point, such a critical point, that it's $8,900? So
it was a gut punch, really.
Yes, that really, really irritated me. I was upset. I was sad. You know what I'm saying? It just I felt like it was almost like a hustle in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you get us to that point right when we're about to start our injections to then tell us this very large sum of money that we need to pay today or by tomorrow?
Almost like they try to get us to a point where we couldn't turn back, and we wasn't gonna turn back anyway because this is something that we really wanted to do. What's that? Mm-hmm. we wasn't gonna turn back anyway because this is something that we really wanted to do. So it was just the fact of it felt kind of creepy and like backdoorish in a way. Like if it's like the money's not the issue. It's just the fact that you tried to hit us with that at at one time. Like even when we first started this whole journey, it's like, my wife been asking, hey, how much is it gonna cost? And they just kind of like blew it off. So then it comes the day for her to get these labs and stuff done. Then you want to hit us with it's gonna cost you $30,000. And like I said, the money's not an issue, but tell us that ahead of time when we was already asking you. That's
Right.
that's what I was feeling. So I just felt like the whole situation was just like, just on some creepy ish. Like I didn't appreciate it. Not to mention a whole bunch of other stuff that went on with that particular place. I didn't appreciate how they were trying to handle me and my wife.
Right. I just felt like it was ridiculous. And in that moment, once we left, I was upset. I cried on the way home. And then my amazing husband, TJ, was like, hey, Natalie, I can sell some stuff. I can move some stuff around. We can make this work. And I was upset. I was crying. And money, you say money wasn't an issue. But to me, money is an issue because you don't tell nobody that the day before it's due. Like, I've been asking you the whole time, and the only thing they kept telling me is, we'll bill your insurance. When I went in for my office visits and stuff, they would tell us how much we need to pay on it. But I was saying, what is the whole total lump sum? And nobody really wanted to talk to me about that. And you don't know what you don't know, so I didn't know any better, But that's why, right, that's why, in my opinion, it's important to any woman or anybody that's going through that, any couple, is to get you people around you who've either been through it or read up on it and make sure you're asking these questions. So I'm blessed with an amazing community of women. So I sent the picture of what they sent me to one of my friends who has had a successful IVF, and she went through the IVF process. It wasn't at the same clinic, but it was different. So I sent her the paper when I got home because I'm like, I know I ain't crazy. This can't be right. So when I sent her the paper, she immediately called me and she was like, Natalie, that's not right. She was like, you should have been told your total the same day that you came in for your consultation, even if it was a rough estimate. She said, that's not right. That price doesn't seem right. And even with that price, they said that they don't accept insurance with that price. It's totally self-pay. And afterwards, they would bill our insurance. But again, why was that not told to me? You know what I'm saying? On consultation day. Like that's the thing that really, really, really irritated me. So then, if that wasn't enough, I got another call from the nurse that said I didn't reach my deductible, so it'll be an extra $2,000. And then she said something about if I wanted other things done, then that would be another extra $2,000. So we almost at $12,000 now that y'all won't paid in a matter of 2 days.
Right.
And I just felt like that was not fair. So what I did was we prayed about it. We talked about it. I called my insurance company. I took the advice of my friend and called my insurance company and let them know what happened. And they said, no, we have other providers in our network who do bill, that, and you shouldn't have to pay that whole price, and, was just going over the finances and all that with us, right? And the reason why I went straight to the clinic that we were at is because that's who my OBGYN recommended us to go to. That's what she sent the referral to. I talked to them about price, and I didn't research it as much as I should have.
Right.
So
real quick, can I do something? Mm-hmm. It's been bothering me the whole video. Yeah, come on for a minute. It's like you had it's like something white in your hair. Oh, here you go. Thank you.
Okay. So what I felt, TJ, you finished? Like, what you need? Because I just don't understand. I've been walking around the house all day.
I just noticed it.
And now all of a sudden you want to take stuff out my hair.
I just noticed it.
We don't have a lot of time. People lose interest if we're stopping every 5 minutes for little stuff. I'm
sorry, but I don't want you to have crumbs in your hair. I guess.
Okay, do whatever you need to do, because obviously we're not going to get to talk to people, or our future child is supposed to be talking to our child and helping out people.
Man, this is real.
Okay.
Because if I didn't care about you, I'd let you have the crumbs in it. Okay.
Well, you should have checked me before we went live, right? When that makes sense before we start recording. But you know what?
Something's still there. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Do you see it though?
It's my hair, babe, because I have color in my hair. I think it's just the
blonde is hitting. Okay. Well, I apologize to the people. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure she was on point, and it was bothering me the whole time. So I'm sorry.
Well, that's 2 minutes of their life that they can't get back. Thanks, TJ. Thanks. Everybody tell TJ, thanks, TJ. Okay, so like I was saying, what I learned from this experience is to research even further. I thought I researched and did my due diligence, but obviously I didn't. I should have called my insurance company before then. I should have known it was going to be a big cost, but I didn't know if that was going to be at the end. I just didn't know. But in my opinion, that's why knowledge is power. And I really, really feel like that clinic needs to be shut down because I really feel like it's a hustle and they wait till they get you to a certain point and then it's almost like backing couples in a corner. So if I didn't have the friends that I have and the people that I have who went through this to talk to, we might have moving some stuff around, making a savings account, talk to the checking account, to the, you know what I'm saying? Selling stuff just to get that done within a day, and it didn't have to be done,
It's like they prey on people's knowledge of, a lack of knowledge, because I feel like at the end of the day they should have told us all that up front. And I won't take responsibility off of us either. We should have also did our research in the beginning. We should have read through everything, and we should have, like I said, we waited until after things were in motion to ask certain people about things, and that's how we found out what we found out. You know what I'm saying? Like we should have did a lot more than what we did in the beginning, instead of waiting until the last minute. So that's something that we have to take responsibility for. But on them, I feel like a lot of their stuff was very predatory, and it was just, they preyed on your lack of knowledge, And I just feel like, especially with something like this, when me and my wife are going through the situation where, it's kind of harder for us to have a child, it's kind of like they preyed on that, And I don't like stuff like that. So I was glad that we decided to leave, and I'm with my wife. I would definitely not recommend them to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, it angered me the way they treated my wife, especially after the last situation where they had all those people in the room, and it was just like they were trying to rush. The doctor was late, and she trying to basically just treated my wife like a piece of meat, and it made her feel some kind of way, which in turn made me feel some kind of way. And that's another thing too, as a man. Definitely be paying attention to the way your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance is looking, or if she's looking at you for help while she's on that table. Definitely be paying attention to how she feels. Ask her, talk to her, and ladies, definitely be open to tell your man, hey, I don't like this. And 10 times out of 10, if that man care about you, he'll shut that whole situation down and talk to the doctor, be like, hey, my wife is not feeling this. It's got to be a better way to do things. So we just have to communicate better with each other. And as men, we have to pay attention to the way our significant others is, looking at you, or, how they're reacting to things. Just definitely got to pay better attention to that. Because I felt lesser than a man that I let my wife go through that, because I'm sitting there, I'm thinking everything is fine. I'm thinking this is how things are supposed to work, not knowing that, no, they're not supposed to have 30 people in a room with you, and they're not supposed to, it's almost like it felt like it was a corn scene. You can't say certain words on the internet, so it felt like it was a corn scene, like a gangbang, basically. So
TJ, what did you?
What? That's what it felt like.
Those are your feelings. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it
was a bunch of people in the room, and my wife is on the table, exposed. So she's feeling very vulnerable, and the doctor didn't even have the common courtesy to ask her how she was feeling, and is she okay with this student being in here? And like I said, the whole situation was just bogus to me. And from here on out, any time we go to the doctor or any time we in any kind of place I got to do anything medical or just anything my wife's not comfortable with, I'm gonna bark on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like she's my Oprah. I'm her DMX. You know what I'm saying? So she can't. I don't say she can't. My wife she has a lot of patience, and I don't. So with her, she'll give you 1,500 chances. I'm not gonna give you the one. You know what I'm saying? So all it takes is for that one time for it to happen, and I'm done with you. I'm done with you, your record label, and your crew.
Who rapping?
And if you want to be down with Death Row, you know.
What is happening? All right. Well, thank you, baby, for letting me know your feelings. But I did not tell you how uncomfortable I was feeling because in that moment, and what we're talking about now, I feel like we switched from the money part straight to the going back to the what TJ is.
I did.
It's okay. What TJ is referring to is the testing that was done, and while that was, we talked about it a little bit in the last episode while we almost left, but we talked to them about what they did and they apologized for all that. But basically what happened was I was having a procedure done. I was told the procedure was going to be 15 minutes. The physician came in an hour and a half late. Nobody let me know that, which I understand. People are going to be late. Mm-hmm. But then when she came in with several students, not just one, but several students. And she didn't introduce me to the students or let me know that the students were there. And then she didn't even ask me if it was okay if the students performed the procedure on me. And that made me feel uncomfortable because I'm a woman and I was literally exposed and nobody said anything.
Student in there dropping stuff on the floor. Unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just he already acting like he nervous, like he ain't never seen a woman before. But hey, you went to school for this, so why is you acting nervous and jittery and this and that? Hey man, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if the doctor was running late. Have some professionalism about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like if you running late, then fine. Don't take it out on your patient. That don't make sense because you rushing, you think we ought to rush with you. No, we was home time. That didn't have nothing to do with us. So you shouldn't treat people any kind of way just because you were late. If anything, if you knew that you was gonna be late, then hey, give us a call ahead of time because that's what you want us to do for y'all. You want us to give you common courtesy, be like, hey, we're gonna be 15 minutes late, and you want us to call ahead of time and let y'all know. Then y'all could do the same thing for us. We already coming from Aiken, traveling to Georgia. It wouldn't have took nothing for y'all to be like, hey, I'm running late. I got to deliver this baby or whatever you got to do. Give us the common courtesy that y'all want us to give to y'all. As simple as that. But when we got in there, it was rushing. They brought the student in, and I'm sorry for cutting you off because
baby, you're fine. Go ahead.
I am passionate about you. So they brought the student in. They was rushing. The student dropping stuff. It was just like she acted like she didn't care. She treated my wife like she was just some piece of meat on the table. Like I said, I was looking at all this, sitting down in the chair. I didn't realize all this was going on in my wife's head until we got out in the car and she started crying. So immediately when she started crying, I felt like I wasn't doing my job as a husband. You know, so I felt like I wasn't protecting her. But I didn't know until she told me. So I told her, I said, you know, the hell with all this. We don't have to come back here ever again if you don't want to. I said, because at the end of the day, yes, I do want to have a child, but not at the detriment of your feelings and your well-being. I don't want to do that. And for them to treat my wife like that, it's just something that I couldn't forgive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, I ain't gonna interrupt you, no, but I was just passionate about how people treat my wife because my wife she's a good woman, she's a good person. She'll give you the shirt off her back. And for people to try to take advantage of that, I don't like that. So my wife don't want no smoke with people, but I want all of it. I enjoy it. You know, so I bask in smoke. You know what I'm saying? So whenever it comes to my wife, you can say what you want about me. I don't care. But this one right here, I don't play about it at all.
Thank you for that, baby. And I just want to say that was not your fault. That was their fault. They did that. I didn't speak up. I should have said something, but in my head, I was just like, let me sit here and take this so that they can see what's going on so we can have a baby because I want to have a baby. So that's what had going on in my head, but I do not feel like you're less than me. You didn't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've never been in that position. Neither have I. You know, we didn't know all that kind of stuff was going to happen. But it was like when I got outside in the car, that's when all of that stuff just started coming up. And I don't like crying in front of people. So I didn't want to cry in there. So it just like came out. Like I couldn't control it.
Right.
But I know you love me. I'm thankful that you love me. I'm thankful that you protect me. I'm thankful for our relationship. And you didn't know. You know what I mean? And that's why we want to have this so other people can know and understand what should and shouldn't happen, and that you can stop stuff in the middle of it and speak up for yourself.
Right.
But even after that, we talked about it. We decided that we wanted, because we talked to the doctor. We did. I made sure, well, actually, she called me after, and I told her how the way that was done was unacceptable. I didn't appreciate it. I told her, and she apologized for all of that. And I talked to the office manager. She apologized. Everybody apologized. So moving forward, we thought, okay, they learned from this. You know what I mean? And then after that, for them to then not tell us the total price until the day of our injection education and the day before we have to order the medication and it has to be done. So we were like, to wrap it up, we were like, we're done. We just decided to leave that clinic and go to another clinic in Columbia. So we're excited about that clinic. We've heard great things. I have other friends who've been there and shared with me their experience and how much they like it. So we're excited to, we're open, you know, excited to experience something different, and hopes that we'll have a different experience altogether.
Right.
And to wrap it up, since this is called Joy in the Waiting, because we are trying to find joy in waiting for our sweet baby that we love so much. So how I would like to end each episode is sharing with us, what have we found joy in today? Today, I have found joy in, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I thought I had my,
airplane mode?
On airplane mode, and obviously I did not. I thought I put it on airplane mode, I'm sorry. But anyway, what I have found joy in this morning is being able to just wake up and fix myself breakfast. I know that sounds crazy, but some people can't. You know what I mean? The fact that I have food in my refrigerator that I can eat, you know, we're at a place right now where all kind of prices and stuff is going up, and just the fact that I could go in my refrigerator and fix me something to eat really brought me joy. Not only the fact that I'm grateful that we have food in the refrigerator, but that I am able-bodied and I can fix my own food and feed myself. So that's what I found joy in today. What about you?
I found joy in just being able to wake up today, because there's a lot of people that can't do that. Waking up and being able to move on my own accord. I feel like the older I get, the more I appreciate the little things. I can get up and I can run water through my hands, and I can walk around, and I can play fetch with Harlem outside, and I can just be around my wife and go work out, and all those things that we take for granted. I appreciate, especially because I'm getting close to 40, and when I get out of bed, stuff hurts for no reason. So.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Just to everybody that's going through this, similar situations, or just things in life, you don't have to deal with scummy situations or scummy people. Always be strong enough to speak up when something's going on that you don't like. It's okay. You're not going to be popular for it sometimes, but I feel like when you speak up for yourself, you'll build more confidence in yourself, and you'll know that, hey, just because something's happening don't mean I got to deal with it. So scummy people in scummy situations, always be strong enough to say, no, I'm not dealing with that.
Amen. Look at you. You better preach and drop the mic with your fine self. I love it. All right. Well, thank you guys. This has been another episode of Joy in the Waiting with the Subers, Tony and Natalie, where
yes, sir,
we're sharing our IVF journey in hopes that it can encourage other couples who are going through the process or thinking about the process. We chose IVF, but that's not everybody's journey, and we're not physicians or doctors, so we're not recommending anything. Everybody's situation is different. We just pray that through your situation, you're not alone and that you're loved. And this is also a blog that we want our future child to watch, to know what mama and daddy went through to get them here and how much they love them. So to our future baby, mama and daddy love you so much, and we can't wait to meet you.
That's right.
All right, so until next time, bye.